Hello students, as I told you last day that the magnetic properties of a material are classified into three groups. One is the diamagnetic, second one is the paramagnetic, and third one is the ferromagnetic. As we saw that ferromagnetism is the advancement of the paramagnetism. That is, the magnetic properties of a material are enhanced from paramagnetism to the ferromagnetism. Ferromagnetism is generally shown by the materials which are having large number of unpaired electron, as you have studied in your earlier classes. What is the hysteresis? Today we will discuss something about a peculiar characteristic of the ferromagnetic substances, and that is the hysteresis. What is the hysteresis? Hysteresis is the magnetic behavior of different ferromagnetic substances which is shown by the hysteresis curves. This is a what is hysteresis? This is a plot of magnetic flux density. We have studied magnetic flux density B on last term. What is the magnetic flux density? It is the number of magnetic lines which are passing through a material per unit area or per unit volume. It is designated by the letter capital B. These flux density B with applied magnetic field H. This also we have studied earlier, that magnetic field, that strength of the applied magnetic field, which is represented by capital H. If we start a non-magnetic sample in which all the magnetic domains are randomly aligned, means we know that the magnetic property is due to the this magnetic domains. What are the magnetic domains? These are the electrons which produce the magnetic field. When these magnetic domains are aligned in one direction, the magnetism is highest. And when they are in opposite to each other, means they cancel the magnetic field of each other, then the magnetic property is zero. Now, we consider a very general material in which these domains are randomly aligned. Randomly aligned means there is no regular symmetrical way of their alignment. When they are randomly aligned, then in absence of the magnetic field, B, that is magnetic flux is B is 0. Why? Because there is no magnetic field, and applied H is also 0. Both are 0. This is shown in the figure which you are looking in your notes. The B and H are 0, which is represented by a point O in the diagram. Now, what we do, as the field is increased, now we increase the magnetic field. As you are looking in the figure, that magnetic field H is along the x-axis, and the this magnetic flux density B, it is along the y-axis. Point O represents where both B and H are 0. So what we do, now we increase the magnetic field H slowly. When this magnetic field H is increased slowly, the flux density also increases. The plot B against H is shown, figure which you are looking. Initially, the curve is like OA. You are looking the point O and A in the graph, which is shown by the dotted line. So what we are observing? We are observing that on increasing the magnetic field H, the magnetic flux density B is also increasing, and the curve is shown by the line, dotted line rather you can say, OA, which is not simply a straight line. You are looking that it is not a straight line. Why it is not a straight line? Because the magnetization is increasing with the field. You learnt about the magnetization in your previous lecture, that was represented by capital M. So since the magnetization is increasing, the graph is slightly a parabolic shape, not a straight line. At point A, the magnetization has reached its maximum value, means the value of capital M is maximum at point A. Okay? What does it mean when the magnetization is maximum? It means that all the spins in the samples are aligned. Now you can say that all electrons are aligned in a parallel way or in same direction. When they are in the same direction, it means the magnetization is maximum and the magnetic property is maximum, and at this time also the magnetic flux is maximum. So what does point A represent? Point A represent, it is the magnetic field when the magnetization of a ferromagnetic material is maximum and all the domains means all the electrons are aligned in the same direction parallelly. Now what we do when the applied field is reduced, now we are doing, we are reducing the applied field. Theoretically, what should happen? That on reducing the magnetic field, the graph must follow the same path in the reverse direction. Means now the graph should come from A to the point A reversibly. Because initially we were increasing the magnetic field. It means the graph was following the curve OA. Now we are reducing the magnetic field. It means theoretically the graph should follow the exactly path OA but in the reverse direction, that is in the AO direction. What happens? We are looking from the graph that the curve is not following its initial path. Why this happens? This is due to the difficulty of reversing process, where domains have grown through crystal imperfections. We can understand it in this manner that during the magnetization or during the increasing of the magnetic field, since the crystal imperfections are in the crystal, they are not exactly realigned when the magnetic field is reversed. Means the imperfection is causing the deviation of the path of this curve from OA to AO. So simply you can say that the now domains are not exactly following the same path due to the imperfections in the solids or in the ferromagnetic material. That's why the graph is not followed as it should be. Now, from the figure or from the graph, you are looking, now the graph is following the path A to B, not A to A to B. What is the significance of point B? That is small b. At point B, although H is 0, but B, that is magnetic flux, is not 0. And what should have been there? If H is 0, then B should have also been 0. But on reducing the magnetic field, there is still a magnetic flux at the 0 magnetic field. Now, to make it 0, what you have to do and what we have to do, we have to apply the magnetic field in the reverse direction. Okay? Reverse direction means now the graph follows the path B to C. And at point C, what you observe? You observe that although B is 0, but H is having some value in reverse direction. What was the initial direction of H? It was along x-axis in right hand direction. But what is the direction of H is here? Now it is opposite to the OH. Rather you can say it is in the left hand direction. Okay, so to make B0, we have to apply the magnetic field in the reverse direction. From the magnetization M, the magnetization at this point, at point means C, is known as a remanent magnetization. So what is the remanent magnetization? The remanent magnetization is that where H is 0 but B is not 0. Okay? The field that needs to be applied in the reverse direction to reduce the magnetization to 0 is the coercive force. It is called the coercive force and is equal to the distance OC. So this now again, if the magnetic field is increased in the reverse direction, the graph follows the path C to D, and again on increasing, this follows the path D, E, E, F and then A. So this whole graph, that is O, A, B, C, D, E, F, is called the hysteresis. So what we have studied today, that hysteresis is the graphical representation of a ferromagnetic material with increasing of the or with the application of the magnetic field H and magnetic flux D. What we have observed here, we have observed that on increasing the magnetic field, the path is different, and on reducing the magnetic field, the path is different. So this is called the hysteresis. So this completes your magnetic properties of the materials. Thank you.